Hello and welcome, you amazing person. My name is Rob, I am the Manic Gaming Guy. Today we're going to be playing some automation and BeamNG. It's going to be a tutorial focused video where I make a prop move in a car that you've made in automation that you can export to BeamNG and watch do Z movement. Today's movement is going to be flip away plates, reversible plates, hidden plates, plates that disappear, whatever you want to call it. It's when you're about to go through a speed camera or the the cops are chasing you and you want your plates to disappear. Well, that's what we're doing today. If you haven't seen the series already, I've already done the steering wheel, some pedals, ignition starter, ignition button, some other stuff, and we're going to be carrying on. So do feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to the video for more awesome content. Without further ado, let's jump over to BeamNG, where we talk about the Z prop that we are going to be looking at today. And here we are in the BeamNG world. I'd just like to give you a little preview of today's prop animation tutorial. We have previously shown you a lot of fun stuff, like a moving wheel, moving handbrake, which is, yeah, that's correct, that's going right, ignition start and go button, all of your pedals and essentials like throttle, brake, that's not the brake, that's the brake, and clutch, the key ignition. So without further ado, let's get on with today's fun prop animation in Automation, the car company tycoon game, which we then export to BeamNG. It's this is where we are at, and then we get to play with all the props and stuff that move. Okay, so today's, as you can see, prop I am focusing on is to do with the license plate, not just the front one, but the back one. Oh yes, I do like the back one. I'll show you the back one first, shall I? I'll just put it to the side because I'm not going to button set up. You can get a quick key, so you got your button set up on your keyboard or steering wheel, depending on what your preference is. But we go to electronics and use the light bar. Push! Hey, the license plate disappears. And a little wave. You also have whatever you want there to say, hello cops, you can't see my plate. And the plate just ends up inside the bumper. It goes up and down. I put these little motors on just for peace of mind, and these rails for it to go up and down on. That's it, these rails go through. And you just got to imagine this panel here just opens and closes with the animation. I do want to add a little knob inside the car, like this switch maybe or something like that, and have that activate when that's used as well. So you've got some more visuals inside the car, and you also know if your plates are down or up. And this is the front plates up. I thought I'd put an extra bit of degrees on this, so it acts like a new down plate. What's this thing here? This isn't meant to be here. I think that's from me messing about with this engine, which is just me having a bit of fun. But yeah, you're meant to be able to see the radiator or intercooler through there. But oh well, we'll sort out another time. But yeah, you can still see it. There's the plate. It's nicely tucked up. And that's it for the BeamNG demonstration. We're going to jump over now to automation and show you the fun stuff and how to do it yourself. There you have it. There's the BeamNG preview point of view. You've seen a lovely plates that flip around, but you haven't seen what we're going to be making today. This is actually something I come up while talking in the last video, a little switch to give you some visuals when you're in the car. Because everything we're doing at the moment is outside the car, so I want something to happen in the car while we hide our plates. So we're going to be using the same sort of code that we use for the plates. One rotation, one translucent, one that way and one that way. You know what I mean in the code. Well, if you don't know what I mean, you'll just find out in the automation part, which is where we're going over to now. Right then, now we're in automation. I'm going to show you how I did it. Well, sort of. I had an idea earlier on in the previous video about putting a switch on. So I thought, hey, rather than repeat what I've done with the plates, I can do the same sort of thing, but with switches. So it'll be very similar code, but slightly changed with the parameters and stuff. Of course, this one's actually a translucent, translation, I really need to bring the code up so you guys know what I mean. This one runs along an axis rather than rotating. As you know, it slides. I'm going to have something slide with the switch, and this one rotates. So I'm going to have a switch that also rotates. And I'm going to show you what I mean right now. There we go. A switch, and this is going to be a light. These are some of the things I use to set this up. And this is going to be the main one we alter. So we have a switch that can go up and down when we turn the plates off and on. And then I also decided to throw a little light that we can have show when the switch is activated, so when we're driving along we know we're running with no plates or we do have plates. Some of this will take a lot of dialing in, hopefully not too much. Now the plates are just these UK plate mod. You'll find it in the workshop. Shouldn't be too hard if you're looking for some plates to use for flipping. You just want to make sure, I made sure I had somewhere realistic to go. You don't have to. You can make it disappear in the bumpers or whatever. I envisioned this being a little flap that opens. It happens so quick you don't see it, unfortunately. And yeah, so do that with your plates and use the code that we're going to be using exactly the same for this stuff here. So if you know what I mean, you'll know what I mean. You'll have the code anyway to copy if you want to do exactly what I did, because it will be in the description of the video. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that like button and probably subscribe, because I've got many more of these to come. Excuse me, and let me drink my cup of tea and we'll get started with the codey stuff. Oh, the switch and stuff, if you want to know where it came from, everyone's got it. It's in the modular 80s interior pack. I think I just saw it literally just then. There you go. It's just one of these, and I used 3 of them to get my sizes right and to have only one of them move. Blah blah blah. You should know the tricks by now if you've been watching the previous videos. So we're going to go over to the description now, where we've got all our code, and this one's going to be linked up to the light bar. So our function goes here, and the function we're going to be utilizing is the light bar, which you saw me do earlier on in the previous clip. And obviously this is for front and back. I'll be able to know this one is the back one because it runs along a line rather than rotation, and this one is a rotation, so I know this one is the front one. So I'm just going to copy this code anyway and push enter and paste it back in. I'll use Control C and Control V to copy and paste them over. I'm going to find the prop numbers we want. So we do want 155 and 157. The 155 is this one, the one that wants to work along the line, 155, and this one wants to rotate 157. Okay, right. Obviously I don't want this to rotate 95 degrees. I can sort of get a rough idea if it wants to play ball. I can just simply go in here. I've got it set to 15 degrees at the moment. I don't know why it just did that to me. If I rotate this and clicks 1, 2, I should only have to use 30 in here. Now, is it going to rotate the right way? I can never remember. I think negative should rotate that way. Negative is rotating that way on the license plate. I think that should work fine. Now, obviously, we want this one just to nudge out a little bit. I think this one's going to take a few goes of going back and forth to BeamNG and just altering the code just so it does exactly what I want. Because what's the other one set to already? It's set to -2, and that's the whole length of the license plate. Definitely doesn't need to move hardly as much of that. So I reckon I could probably get away with putting a 0.2 in there, and we'll see if it moves, if it barely moves or whatever when we export it to BeamNG and give it a go. So prop, change the number to whatever your prop numbers are. Light bars can be the function on this one. These are your rotations to work out your axes by looking at these. I'm pretty sure they're in order anyway. So you've got your... You work it out where they... Because sometimes you turn your props around and it doesn't look right. So it would still be acting by whatever rotation you've got it. Say you flipped it around 180. One of these is going to be parameters is going to be wrong, but the code will be reading it as if it was right. You get what I mean? So just keep that in mind. Yeah, your minimum max values. This is just off and on switch. Basically, we've got a 0 and we've got a 1. So off and on. We don't need any offsets, and we don't need any multipliers. So let's export this and see what it looks like. So as you can tell, these parts are scripted. That was the automation part. We've seen also the BeamNG part, which was all a preview, but it even wasn't a preview of what we made in automation. But now you've seen the automation part. Let's jump over to the BeamNG part, where we get to see it actually in motion, or should we say, not motion. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you enjoy this sort of content. Okay, we're back in BeamNG now, just to problem solve and see what we've got going on. I did already have a little sneak peek, not gonna lie. I believe the rotation on this is going the wrong way. Yep, so I need to alter that, and then you may have saw it already, but the light is also going up and down, the same as the license plate, which I should have knew. I need to change where the code fits on that one, which is not too much of a problem, and we actually got the distance not too far off, so that shouldn't be too hard to dial in. Let's, I also need to sort all my code out, because now I've got a window that's here. What is it? I do not know. But it is a little cheeky one. I thought I'd put some movement to the exhaust pipe as well. A little fun one you can do. Right, let's go back over to automation, which I do now have still open at the same time, because I'll be going back and forth to these games. But rather than me show you all the in-betweens, I'm just going to show you the finished outcome of it working. So, you can tell we got the switch the wrong way round and the thing don't go right. So without wasting any time, I'm going to do that in the back and not show you all the mucking around. But you're going to see the code and stuff anyway in the end. And you get to copy and paste it in the description, you know, down there. Feel free to go write a comment while you're down there, looking in the description and copy and pasting into your car and making it look awesome. Let's jump back over to BeamNG now for the finished product. And that's it. I've done the final touches that is needed. The switch is looking spot on. It really blends in well, I think, with the rest of the dash. Should we give it a go? I think we should. You ready? Push. Hey! It flips up and flips down, and the light comes on and off. We have a little cut version of it so you can see what's going on from halfway through. Let's speed it to slow it down. There we go. You can see it going back and forth. Make a little light come on. So that's another one added to the list of cool things to do. The old hidden plate. I do want to try and get some police lights working on this car eventually. When I work out how to do that, I'll keep them with the plates. Possibly, we'll see. Because otherwise I'll have to try and map this as something else, and it doesn't give you many options. Unless I can work out one day how to do the triggers inside the car so switches actually mean something. Until that day comes anyway. Because I also want to do sat-navs, work out that sort of stuff. Because it is doable. Anything you can do in BeamNG, you can do your cars in automation. You just got to work out the code that you need to borrow and stick it in there and change all the parameters and stuff so it matches yours. Like putting BeamNG tyres on, that might make sense to do that soon enough. Anyway, why is this not see-through? It should be. It's very dark. Was that glass? Is it still there? Yes. Anyway, that's been marvellous. Happy days, and for some reason... Oh, okay, shift is clutch. Never knew that. And then what's up? Gears. Yeah, see, I'm not a keyboard user. I normally use my sim rig. Anyway. And there we have it. The video is coming to an end. I hope you guys have felt inspired and ready to go ahead and add this prop to your own. Or maybe it's give you some ideas on something you can do yourself. Let me have a know. Let me have a know. Let me know what you do in the comments below, because it would be very interesting to find out. Also, while you're down there, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. It's all I can do because it helps boost my morale and keeps me making more of these wonderful videos for you. And as I see that subscriber go up, I'm just like, one day, this could be a job. Who knows? For now, it's just fun and games. Literally, fun and games. Keep it real, stay safe, and shut up. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.